Okay. Hello, beautiful, beautiful narc-free family. My name is Cree. I just wanted to talk to y'all about something. I think sometimes I get comments and people are like, the narcissist is not that bad, or they feel like, you're in some way in the comments or in videos that they're being demonized or whatever. And what I wanted to just say is that the reason why those of us who have channels like this have them is because we have seen the worst of what could happen, or maybe not the worst. I'm sure whatever we hear and we think is the worst, that there's something even worse than that. But narcissists want to take everything from you. Okay, so when you're in the relationship with them and they're playing this false character as if they care about you and as if they want to be with you, and they're love bombing you, that's all that is a false character. Because when they decide that you are stale, or there's no more that they can get from you, they've taken everything from you. Some of y'all may know that you may have taken care of a narcissist while they've been sick and waited on them hand and foot. It does not matter. You may have children with them. Does not matter. At the end of the relationship, when they decide that you are no longer who they want to be with, they are not going to take into account that they had nothing when they met you, and now they have an IRA. Now they have a beautiful home. Now they have transportation. Now they have savings. Now somebody was there for them and took care of them when they're sick, and all these sorts of things. They're not going to take any of that into consideration. They're going to take into consideration that they found somebody else and they're out, and that's it. So when they do that, some of you end up homeless, penniless, where you don't have even any more money coming in. Some of y'all stay-at-home dads and stay-at-home moms. You were in this relationship thinking that y'all were building together as a family because they asked you to be home with the children. And wouldn't you think that? You're thinking that they want the best for their children, okay? But that's a part of isolation. Not saying that everybody's doing that. There are some people who want their significant other at home with the children because it makes life easier for everybody, and their children are getting the best that they have to offer. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, it is about keeping you isolated and them being in control of most everything. They might let you pay the bills, and so you feel like that that they're being forthright with you. But as soon as you're no longer with them, they'll just start changing passwords to everything. So even though their account, the check might have been automatically direct deposit and you pay the bills, like in my case, I'd pay them automatically. He could see the account and I could see the account, and all the bills came out weekly automatically. But in the process of the divorce, all he has to do is just change the passwords to things or start moving things around, okay? And then here you are left with nothing. So what I wanted to impress upon you is that people are not making videos on this topic just because they don't have nothing else to do. Those of us who have gotten through it and survived the abuse and still are in our right mind, key word, still in our right mind and still above ground and did not die and are still here to tell about it, are here talking to you about it, trying to save you from the heartache of thinking that the little tidbits that you saw here and there and the deception. Those of you who are with a covert narcissist, you may know nothing. You may look back over your whole relationship and you may only recognize one or two or three things that you now can see were off, but nothing that was unforgivable, nothing that they did to you that you didn't feel like could be forgiven or worked on. And obviously, once they get caught, they start begging, they start pulling out the Bible and scriptures, and they start telling you about their childhood and how, they learn to lie. Okay, that when they were little, they would tell the truth and they get in trouble, so they start lying. They didn't get in trouble, and so that's what they've been doing all their life, and so that's why they lied, and now they got all these scriptures and stuff. Oh, they'll come at you with whatever benefits them. Okay, I told y'all, if their mouth is moving, they're lying. But you don't know all that when you're dealing with a covert until they flip everything on you, and then you realize that there was a stranger in your house all the time, that this person you thought you were building with, you really weren't building with. So I just wanted to say to you, if you've never had someone try to take your children from you, try to take everything you owned from you, a narcissist will try to take the stuff you ain't even got yet. They will try to take things, money that you haven't made yet. They will feel like they're entitled to it, and you ain't even with them. They will calculate the child support that they give you to take care of your children and start telling you what you're doing with the child support, and never ever calculate how much money it takes to take care of children. Because last time I checked, the football helmet I bought for my son was $200 for that one helmet, and that was just the helmet. That wasn't all the stuff, and that wasn't taking him to all his games and things. I don't get $200 in a week, so that doesn't cover. You understand what I'm saying? The child support and what we spend on our children, it doesn't add up in a lot of cases. And depending on where you live, how much child care is, and what age your children are, you could just be taking that child support money, and all it could be covering is child care and nothing else. It may not cover diapers, clothes, anything else, just child care. But narcissists not thinking about that. All they're thinking about is that some money left out of their check and came to you, and how can they get this not to happen, and those kinds of things. So those of you who have never experienced that, and the reason why I bring up the children, it's not just the children. They want to take everything, anything. They're not going to be reasonable. So it's their way or the highway. They're not going to be like, well, we were in this together, we were building together, now we're not together, so let's split everything 50-50 down the middle, and you go your way and I go mine. They're like, nope, I want everything. I want the kids, I want the house, I want everything in the house, I want the money that I have in my account, I want the money you have in your account, I want everything. And they are not far removed from going to court and saying this out loud. Okay, but this is also how the courts pick up on that something is wrong with them, because in a normal situation, normal people don't conduct themselves like that. Don't say, I was married to somebody for many years and they were loyal to me and they took care of me and they took care of children with me, and all of our bills were paid on time when this person was helping me with everything, and everything was taken care of. They will actually go to court and answer, yes. Did this person cook? Did they clean? Did they take care of the kids? They paid the bills. They took you to your appointments. They took the kids to their appointments. Yes. They did everything they were supposed to do. But at the end, they want everything. They don't care what you put in. They're not looking at it like, well, if my significant other wasn't home taking care of the children the way I asked them to be, they could have had their own career and they could have been making money and putting it in their retirement account. So a tip for you all, if your partner asks you to be at home, if you want to see if their intentions are good or bad, see what happens if you say, okay, so since we have the money for me to be at home, I would like to have money go into a retirement account just like you had money go into a retirement account, and see what they say. I mean, that's just a way to test the waters, because if they get upset about you wanting to have money that's in an account of your own, you know you got a problem. You got a problem. And if y'all don't have enough money for you to have money too, then y'all might not have enough money for you to be home. Okay, because we're not back in the day where the people used to have one car and You know, the man would drive to work and the woman would stay home. We're not back in the 60s and 70s and stuff like that. It's a new day, so you have to handle things a new way, because should that person start switching everything up on you, now you realize, hey, I have nothing. So before some of y'all end up being destitute and having to start all over from scratch, and I'm not saying you're gonna stay there. Don't ever think when I do a video that I ever leave you hanging like that's where you're gonna stay. No, once you hit bottom, and if you hit bottom, there's no place else to go but up. So don't worry about it. If you've already been in a situation and it's happened, just keep looking up, keep moving forward, keep moving up. You got a business idea in you. You got an invention in you. You got some special gift in you that is waiting to be birthed. And whatever that narcissist has done to you that caused you to have to go out and look for a second job, or to, you know, go out and have to move differently, count it all joy. Okay? That's how you see it. Count it all joy. Because they always think they have the upper hand. They always think that the thing they're doing to you is going to take you out. But then they get with the right people, and this is when they see that no matter how much sabotage they do, no matter what they do, you still stay up, and they cannot figure it out. Some of them get with a scapegoat. So you end up with a scapegoat child, and you come for a scapegoat? A scapegoat has already had a lot of trauma. A scapegoat child, this is not new to them. You might be a new level and a new devil. The narcissist might be a new devil. I'm sorry, the narcissist may be a new level and a new devil to that trauma, but the scapegoat child's already had a lot of trauma. So you're not going to take them out by trying to traumatize them more. They already been through a lot of stuff, and they already probably one of these kids who got a smile on their face and has already surpassed anybody's expectation of them. Okay? And they're not going to just be able to take out somebody who can dial down their empathic traits and up the ante on their narcissistic traits, which we all have traits of that. Okay? Narcissists have them to a large degree, and if they're malignant, extra large degree. Okay? So everything is on a spectrum. So somebody who's highly empathic can dial that down and come for you. So narcissists are not expecting that they're not going to be able to dismantle the person that they're trying to dismantle. But lo and behold, they pick the right ones. People who are not going to cave in, who are not going to quit. Listen, some of y'all from the time before you was formed in your mama's womb was never going to be a quitter. You was never wrapped that way. It's never going to happen. You're never going to quit. You're going to cry. You're going to be sad. You're going to do some things that you wish you hadn't done. But you're going to get up. You're going to wipe them tears off. And you're going to keep moving. And you're going to shine. Okay? And you're going to be glad that everything worked out for your greater good. Allow the narcissist to make you. If you don't give them the power to break you, you will be allowing them to make you. Use them as a way to problem solve, a way to bob and weave the obstacles that they put in your way. You will get so accustomed to bobbing and weaving. You bobbed and done bumped into some money over here, bobbed and done bumped into a new spouse, bobbed and done bumped into vacations you wanted, bobbed and bumped into that island you was dreaming about buying, bobbed and bumped into that Audi A7 you wanted. You done bobbed and weaved and done bumped into all the stuff that you wanted, that you had in your mind. Don't you give up because you ended up with some little loony bin type of person. Don't give up on you because you were conned. That's temporary. You still got the rest of your life. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Love y'all. Bye bye, my beautiful narc free family. Mwah.